Hi, everyone, and welcome to the special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and celebrity interviews live from the grotto with Greg Hanna. Greg, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great, Neil. As you can tell, I am live on location at the Massachusetts Municipal Association annual meeting in Boston. I'm real excited, and I can't wait to talk to our guest. She's amazing, and I know everyone's going to love her.
Yes, so we have Shahina Waseem from Superhot, the spice world of pepper people, and a Guinness Book of World Records winner. Shahina, thanks for stopping by. I've interviewed over 20,000 people, celebrities and everyone. I've never had a Guinness Book of World Record winner.
Oh, thank you so much for having me on your show, Neil. Unfortunately, I'm not a Guinness World Record holder, but I am a League of Fire World Record holder. So pretty close.
Oh, really? Okay. So, but what's the difference?
So League of Fire is a well-governing body that specializes in sort of recording events and records purely involving chili stuff. So it'd be chili challenges, whether it's competitive chili eating contests or challenges, spicy hot challenges, that kind of thing. And I was actually their world champion, chili eating champion until last year, where I had to let go of my belt because I couldn't get to New Zealand because of lack of funds. But other than that, I've achieved a lot of records through League of Fire. I have 105 Carolina Reapers under my belt.
Oh my gosh.
That's crazy. I have to ask, I read about how you got into this and that you love cooking, you love adding, the complexity of the pepper to your food and all of that was really amazing. I love your accent, by the way. Incredible.
Oh,
we don't have that here in Boston. We all sound different. But what's the hottest heat rated chili that you ever had to contest with?
So you know what, it's a question I get asked often, and it's really hard to say because I will never really have a super hot outside of a competition environment or a challenge environment. I don't really enjoy just having them normally. So the only time I ever have them is when I'm in a competition. And by the time you sort of get to the fifth or sixth round, all the chilies, the heat gets you, so the flavors start to merge. But there is one that I remember really specifically because of the pain it caused me. Is the chocolate apocalypse that was grown by like a local UK grower, Sean Brown. And it's not so officially rated, so you wouldn't really know whether it was hotter than the Carolina Reaper, which was officially the hottest at that time. But it was one of those peppers that actually made me want to rethink. And I was thinking, am I going to quit today? Today is the day I'm going to quit. And this is like my 55th competition, and I'm like, is this it? And that made me really question things. And probably the one that sticks in my mind a lot, being the hottest I've ever tried.
And it's crazy you did it, right? You still kind of pinch yourself at times, right? Saying, why did I do something like this? But it's great. It's really built you a lot of notoriety and stuff, but it's a challenge, right, to be doing these competitions.
100%. It started as a hobby. I got into it quite by accident, and now it's become a passion of my life. I sort of dedicate and devote a lot of time now working with League of Fire and promoting other contestants, other chili eaters all around the world. We're working together now to bring this new experience with Fire Hub. It's a new app, iOS and Android, just for chili eaters all around the world to register anything that they eat hot, not just peppers, whether it's a hot sauce or a chip or anything like that. So I'm trying to grow the sport of competitive chili eating all over the world, and I'm so passionate about it, and it's all through chili eating contests.
Wow, that's something. So is there any way to prepare yourself for it? I mean, do they let you drink water or milk? Or I've found that dairy seems to cool off the heat better than water or beer. How do you prepare for it? What do you do afterwards? What is the next 24 hours after a competition like? I have so many questions.
No, I can totally understand. And it's quite funny when you watch the show, you'll get so many of these answers. And that's why I like this show, because to the masses, it's going to answer so many things that you've always questioned. And it does kind of delve deep into like all different sides of the chili community, this whole culture. But the competitive side is really interesting. But the way these competitions work, you'll have maybe 10 to 15 rounds of eating chilies from the mild to the hottest in the world. And during that competition, you cannot have a sip of water or milk. If you go and have a milk, you're out, basically. If you spit all your pepper out, you're out. They're really strict. So you have to eat like a pepper all the way down to the stem, show them the stem, and then you can progress to the next level. But over the years, I've learned through experience that you have to prep. The key is the prep before going into competition, which is, you know, eating something starchy, eating something fatty. So I'll always have like a cheeseburger and a milkshake before I go into a competition, just to line your stomach. And I learned that the hard way, because I've done competitions on an empty stomach in one, and then paid the price afterwards. I was like curled up on the floor, begging for it all to stop. And it lasted like 12, 14 hours, these capsaicin cramps. A friend of mine is a fellow chili eater. She's gone through childbirth, and she said to me, I would akin this to giving, birth, labor pains, all that sort of stuff. And when you hear that, you think, oh my God, I know what I was feeling that day was crazy. So I kind of learned that you definitely have to prep before you go into competition. And afterwards, immediately after, I do sort of drink chocolate milk and blocks of cheese just to numb the pain, because a lot of people would come up to me and say, hi, I want to give me a hug and congratulate and want selfies with me. So you have to look good, and you can't just say to them, no, I'm going to go and die. So you have to kind of just be there and be strong. So that kind of helps a lot. And yeah, it's funny really how it all works.
Well, real quick follow-up to that before you jump in, Neil. So one of the things that you hear a lot, right, like in fitness or out in the natural world, they say that eating, you know, hot sauce or chilies or this or that helps boost the metabolism. Do you find that to be truthful, or is there any validity to that in your experience?
You know, I find like these scientific studies that you always see, I think capsaicin is good for you. So every day, a bit of pepper in your food with moderation is good for you. It's good for your blood pressure. It's good for your heart. It's good for your circulation. It's good vitamins. And I find that definitely 100%. Yeah, it will boost your metabolism. It'll give you a bit of energy. A lot of people feel an endorphin rush after they have a Superhot. They'll be buzzing like you've just had an espresso shot or something like that. So definitely helps.
All right. So let's talk really quickly about the show. And Greg has a final question. Superhot, the spicy world of pepper people. It's available on Hulu. Explain what we should expect from the show, the series.
Okay, so my God, this is going to delve into the chili community like never before. You guys are going to see the chili community from a really wholesome perspective, and you're going to see sides of it that people, you know, didn't know existed. So it's going to shine a kind of light to all different aspects and facets of the chili community, from the pepper growers to the competitive chili eaters to the hot sauce makers to hot sauce collectors. And it's really interesting. And I think it's something that's never been done before. This is a first of its kind documentary series. And I'm really excited for the world to get to know our culture and learn about us. It's going to be so entertaining. I think you're going to be hooked from episode 1. I hope so.
Fantastic.
Anyway.
Fantastic. Go ahead, Greg, with your final question you ask the celebrities.
Well, Shahina, this has been an absolute pleasure. You're amazing. Love this conversation. So let me ask you, Shahina, tell me, what do you feel in life is the most important thing you've ever learned?
In life?
Yes.
Okay, that's a great question. I like it. So in life, I feel like just actually like competitive chili side is such a big part of my life. So quite funnily, like sort of as I was getting bigger and bigger in the competitive side of chili eating, there were a few occasions where I got shut down a bit. People tried to stop me competing and things like that because they didn't like that I was winning all the time and stuff like that. And it kind of really demoralized me and wanted me to almost made me feel like I wanted to quit. I didn't want to continue anymore because of that sort of negativity. And then that lesson I learned from that was, no, you shouldn't bow down to these people. You shouldn't just give up on your dreams. My goal is something. I've set myself a goal of 100 wins and I'm going to achieve it. So I'm not going to let this minority of people bring me down or stop me from achieving my goal. So my lesson in life that I learned was that be strong, be focused, and chase your dreams. And look at me now, after all that sort of negativity and stuff, I'm going to be in a Hulu show and people are going to learn about me. So that's where it's got me, that motivation, that dedication, and that lesson in life, really.
Love
Never,
it. Thank you.
never, ever give up in your dream. That's all I'm going to
Never.
say. And you might see things aren't going the right direction, but guess what? That's just a blip. You don't see the final product. And there you go. And your final product, or your first of your next level things, is go check out Hulu on January 22nd. It'll be available. Shahina, I appreciate it. Thanks again for stopping by. And again, Greg, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, Neil.
Thank
Thank you, Shahina. It was a real pleasure. Best
Appreciate
of
it.
luck.
Guys.
All right, that was a special simulcast of the Neil Haley Show and celebrity interviews live from the Grotto. Greg Hanna, guys, take care.